Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome back to Let's Play Daymare 1998. This is episode 6. So, last time, we completed our tasks for Dr. Atherton as Sam, which pretty much led to Sandman waking up and killing Atherton and his guards, but not really accomplishing anything for Sam. I mean, we picked up a Magnum, and we got access to the Hive terminals, but that's about it. Then he just left the hospital, and we switched over to our third protagonist here, Raven, who has woken up inside this apartment building. So, he doesn't have any healing right now, right? Nope, we just got one magazine and a handgun. Castor 2. Alright. So they've got the Invaders Studios flag here. Is this just, like, supposed to be the developer's apartment? This is where the magic happened. Also, this appears to be a door that just leads into the abyss. So, you know, be careful when you open that.
Hello? Is anybody here? I'm a Hexacore pilot. I was in a crash. Anybody? Hello?
So this is the thing I'm not sure about. One of these characters is voiced by Leon Kennedy's original, Resident Evil 2 voice actor. But I'm not sure who, and now I'm thinking maybe it would be Sandman, or not Sandman, Raven. Because the other ones I can't hear that at all when they talk. Then again, it's been how many years since Resident Evil 2, so expecting him to sound exactly the same seems a little disingenuous. The Stone. I guess that's The Rock, the movie about Alcatraz. Yep, there's Event Horizon, Death Horizon. I like how it's literally just a picture of the Event Horizon. They didn't even change anything there. Inland, is that Outland? That's the 1981 Sean Connery movie about the space colony. Dependence Week. For humanity, the dawn of a new week. Also, yeah, some of these are just like the straight-up poster art. There's Face Off. In order to trap him, he must become him. So they just replaced some of these with the developers' faces. Deconstruction MW? Oh, is that supposed to... That's Man. That's, Demo Man. Daymare for the Invader Station, mounted on the wall. Here's the character concept art. There's, is that Raven? There's Sam. There's, I guess, Sandman. What is that? Is that a magazine article about Daymare? So yeah, this just seemed to be a little bit of self-fan service, I guess you would call this. This just appears to be like an apartment/office. I thought that was a Pokemon map for a second. I mean, hey, I appreciate that they've jammed all these posters in here. Which, I guess these are all movies that would have been out in the 90s, right? 1998? I think we haven't seen any anachronisms. I do wonder if they actually do work out of, like, a apartment studio like this. 17th September release. Die Soft. Haven't we already seen a Die Hard poster? That's something about not having shoes. The Escaper. Ugh. I'm so hungry after being unconscious. Gotta get my health back. But that one had a face hugger on it. When you saw that before I shot it, it was just kind of instinct to fire immediately. Broken arch. That broken arrow? I don't even know what that says. There doesn't seem to be a title on it. And I don't recognize the poster. I mean, I'm not expecting I'm going to know every single movie that they would want to reference. Whoo! Energy drink in the fridge. Alright, let's get out of this apartment studio. I guess this really puts a whole new spin to a studio apartment.
I can't breathe.
If only we had a respirator that we didn't just leave on the floor.
It's too much smoke.
1994 Reluctant Games. Nobody wanted to be in these games, but they're here as punishment.
Jesus. What happened here?
Audio log manager. Well, at least we're still definitely in the USA, because there's just bullets sitting in the stairwell. Let's maybe get out of the smoke zone before he... That seems dangerous. Out of the smoke zone before we listen to that audio log. Man, this is a really densely cluttered area of, like, you know, little details.
Oh God. I hope this hasn't afflicted the entire town.
It's my first day. Doors 98 by Micro Hard. Small Hard, I guess. There's a lot of zombies in this alleyway. Have to remember that I can't reload right now. Well, I guess I can't. I have 4 bullets in the other magazine. The only reason I'm killing these is because I think there might be something in this room here on the side. H additive. Form an ID card. Well, we did need that. Yeah, that melee attack really just seems to put you into their grabbing range. And really does nothing useful otherwise. Especially his. He does like a very wide swing that steps forward. Alright, now we can take a breather. So I guess this is the part that'll feel a bit more like Raccoon City now that we're actually wandering around the city. Maybe we'll find that gun store that we saw a poster for. Remember how there's like an overdose mechanic? And yet that has not come into play like even once. Also, there's a DeLorean. Brine oil. Alejandro de Angelis. Is that one of the friends of the developers? There's Pals. And Booty the Vampire Slayer. I don't actually know what it says because it's covered up. Daymare contest winners. Oh, and there's that ever elusive bit of music. The game never really seems to want to dole it out. Elm Street, Sycamore. All the streets named after trees. A zombie with a weapon. Getting shot seemed to have just made him do a little strut forward.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's not good.
They like speed up when they get shot. Also, Raven sounds a little bit like Yuri Lowenthal. Construction workers, man, they're quick. I think the zombies in general are just getting a bit stronger now. But I mean, even this part is reminiscent to going through the back alleys at the start of Resident Evil 2. It's The Blind Sight, a satirical underground paper spread through the suburbs of Keene Sight. Does Raven know that? Is this him telling himself? Or is this the game telling us, the player? The issue is titled, "Don't Trust the System is watching you." More epinephrine. Like, I really don't need the stamina. Alright. I wasn't going to go this way because I thought this was the right way to go, but we might need, like, a key or something? Yeah, it's closed. I'm definitely digging the change of scenery after being in the hospital that whole time. Even if, you know, like in Left 4 Dead 2, I got real sick of all the custom maps that were just, hey, here's another city. Because, like, cities get kind of boring when they're just all identical set dressing, essentially.
I used to love this place when I was off duty, especially on Fridays. Man, I could use a drink.
So I guess Raven lives in Keene Sight. He's one of the local Hexacore operatives. Killer Shark. Can I just play this instead? You know, if I see a motherfucking arcade cabinet titled Killer Shark, then I'm dropping everything to pop some quarters in there. It'd be a nice little nod if they called this the Bar Jill. Oh, there's Blackjack. Eyes on Keene Sight. Alright, don't activate the jukebox because you will summon a horde. I really wish there was a minigame to play Killer Shark. The Craven family. So it's the Blackjack pub instead of the Barjack. Alright, Alright, well, if there was going to be a street where we'd find the gun store, it would probably be this street, right? Our objective is just venture through the city, so we are doing that right now. And ammo is currently limited.
It took less than a day to turn this town into a nightmare.
We don't want to go
This will never be the same.
popping off at every corpse with a badge. Only you can prevent forest fires. Unless you live in California, in which case they're gonna fucking happen anyway. Subject, Operation Update, High Priority, Attention. Colonel, should be Colonel, N.R. Jessup. Colonel, I hope this message finds you before it's too late. We've just received intel from the Department of Defense. The quarantine operation in I-8 could be more difficult than expected. What you may find yourself facing is not just a population afflicted by a mere contagion, but rather the result of a chemical attack on these United States. According to our latest intel, the citizens of Keensight could turn out to be anything but unarmed, since the effects of the gas are capable of transforming them into lethal killing machines. Attached is all the experimental data we have on the subject. I hope you'll find it useful when you encounter the enemy. The subject's transformation by CSR03/Castor gas will result in two unique evolutionary stages, defined as Stage 1 and Stage 2. The main cause of the desired evolutionary effect can be found in the genetic and physical makeup of the subject. Castor is in fact designed for military use, and its power of cohesion is rooted in the physical and biological standing of a subject. All this, combined with the aim of selecting specific genes, results in a transformation into deadly, unstoppable bioweapons. So I wonder if that one guy's transformation was into a goop-spitting blob. In the instance that a subject does not possess the adaptable genes necessary for mutation, the gas will cause rapid cellular deterioration. This will turn the subjects into biological abominations that constantly decay, often immobilized in their own collapsing bodies. One thing you should note is that Type 7 is unable to infect others because Castor is a chemical weapon, not a viral one. In addition, each stage of infection results in death after 72 hours from 0 hour, the moment when gas is inhaled, resulting in total cellular meltdown. So in a couple days, this whole problem will just take care of itself. Stage 1, from 0 to 12 hours. This mutation is complete after just a few minutes of being exposed to Castor. Mental state. Once a human being inhales the gas, an irreversible process of physical deterioration begins, which instantly leads to a state of extreme aggression. Physical state. Partially unaffected humanoid life forms, but the acidic buildup in blood and tissue increases so much that hair loss and tissue damage occurs. Hey, that's why that nurse had a bald head. We got an answer to that. Large black-purple veins appear and accentuate the most venous and arterial regions, while the skin loses its natural pigmentation and turns gray. The eyes become empty and milky. If a Stage 2 transformation does not occur, the body will still undergo a painfully slow and irreversible deterioration of tissue that leads to the total collapse of the creature within 72 hours. Countermeasures. Being fundamentally human, the infected have all the weaknesses inherent to human beings, brain, heart, etc., even if they're now characterized by an extraordinary physica, resistance, and resilience to pain. These characteristics, combined with an unmatched speed and ferocity, makes them especially dangerous in groups. However, they can be killed with firearms, decapitation, or explosives if fired or hitted at vital areas. Stage 2, from 12 hours to 24 hours. The mutation of the next stage, defined as the correct form, is accomplished after 12 hours of exposure to Castor gas. In fact, after the first few hours, if necessary genetic and physical requirements are present, the chemical agent starts to heavily rewrite the genes of the infected subjects. Mental state. The host has now lost all traces of humanity, while its body, driven only by violent impulses, becomes a weapon that can attack using its bones, which are transformed into sharp cutting tools. They are unable to act with sharp battle techniques, but their strength, resilience, and bloodlust compensate for lack thereof. Physical state. In this stage, the creature becomes entirely acidic. The veins surface over the skin and explode, often from the skin. This significantly alters the coloration of the infectee and appearance of its tissue. For reasons unknown, there is an anomaly in the subject's body for which the upper limbs are deformed and stretched to such a degree that they're razor sharp, while the entire body expands slightly. Countermeasures. It is impossible to pinpoint a particular weakness. However, the enhanced physical characteristics make it almost perfect as a bioweapon. The correct form. One single subject is capable of eliminating a whole group of soldiers. The only sure way to take down a Stage 2 infectee is by firearms, decapitation, or explosives until it's rendered completely helpless. So I wonder if those guys who look a little bit like tyrants are Stage 2s. Wrong, Type 7. From 24 to 48 hours. This mutation occurs 24 hours after exposure to Castor and 12 hours after Stage 2. In some cases, after the first 12 hours, the chemical agent causes further genetic anomalies in the correct form, which further increase the acidity to such an extent that it becomes harmful to the subject itself. Mental state. Lacking all reasoning and instinct, fueled only by aggression, the subject becomes a weapon capable of expelling deadly acid via contact or spitting from the mouth. It is also able to attack using its razor-sharp talons, so it's extremely dangerous. So we've seen one of these. 2 of these, I think. Physical state. During the transformation, the acid generated by the body causes the entire layer to dissolve, which creates skin overlaps with the possibility of blisters filled with acid. Large areas of the muscular system are exposed while a notable change of the upper limbs takes place. Hands and arms elongate unnaturally or melt away completely, leaving bones exposed. In this stage, the subject's movements in the upper and lower quadrant will become restricted, literally fused together with the rest of the body due to the melting of tissue, even if in some cases the subjects still fire acid from a distance. Countermeasure. The greater the transformation, the more difficult it becomes to dispose of. It's an unpredictable OBE, operative biological experiment. Nothing at all like a BOW. In one instant, a wrong Type 7 was dosed with water, causing its acidic body to become even more corrosive, which led to the complete destruction of the creature. Irregular stage. Tindarius. More than a single creature, it is an amalgamation of 2 or more beings that form a real heap of melted biological matter. It can occur 72 hours after the 0 hour, but only when all the infectees in the area start to break down, tangling upon themselves or with one another. Mental state. Being a combination of several beings, it does not possess a unique behavior or intellect. The real danger lies when getting too close to the amalgamation and risking exposure to acids and fumes that are toxic. Of particular danger are the acidic blisters that appear in barely visible areas or wrong forms that can detach from the main body and attack while camouflaged by the rest of the mass. Physical state. Tindarius has never been analyzed nor studied in detail. The one attempt to observe it ended in disaster, and the subject was immediately disposed of, causing extensive damage to the North Red 1 Aegis facility on Northfall Islands, making it impractical for years. Countermeasures. The greater the amalgamation, the more difficult it is to destroy. In the only case we've identified, the use of a lot of water led to a unique chemical reaction that caused its complete and instantaneous disintegration. Whew, that was a lot to read. Voice is a little dry now, but, that sounds like final boss material, this Tindarius. Oh. Got a shortcut through a bus, also very Resident Evil 2. You know, that face when you're turning into a zombie and you just need to facepalm. Front page of the Keenside Herald. The headline refers to a string of disappearances in the Vermilion Forest. It seems they weren't isolated cases, but rather vanishings that escalated over time. Victims were apparently eaten. Where does this put us? Okay, so we've got kind of 2 directions to go here. Main Street looks like it's blocked off, though, so we might want to double back, see what we can pick up. There's just kind of a lot of zombies. Alright, brained him. Oh, There's also a path here. It is, however, road closed, but there is some bullets. KSPD 6 special slugs. Alright. I guess we're gonna get another shotgun? I mean, that's Keenside Police Department shotgun, right? So should be able to find another one of those around. Should be enough dead cops to have somebody drop one. The apple tree. This land was set aside as a common burial ground outside the stockade of the newly fortified town of Halifax. First grave dug, June 21st, 1749. Granted to St. Paul's Church, June 17th, 1793. Closed to burials, August 18th, 1844. What? Did they just take this text from somewhere? This is not a graveyard, this is a tree. Unless they just mean this tiny patch of dirt here has people buried in it. I was gonna say, this is not in Canada. As far as I know, there's no Halifax, USA. Clearwater. Yeah, I'm pretty much just looking around for more bullets and stuff right now. You've alerted the horde. Alright, health fluid. I do wonder why there seems to be a lot of these just zombies dead. Like, unless the military did go through here at some point. Okay, bunch more pistol ammo. Sounds like there's a zombie behind here, but we were over there a second ago, so that's probably why. Yeah, that's back the way we came. Oh, hello. Did they just get up, or did they follow me all the way back from the bus? Okay, my magazines are full. Magazines are full, and I have, I think, a healing shot. Yeah, I got an extra healing shot, epinephrine, snack bar. So we're doing alright for supplies. Is that another one of those friggin' vortex safes? No, that one's a battery. Oh, I now just remembered that I forgot to listen to the other audio log we picked up. Actually, hold on, this might be a loading screen door. And I don't know if those will keep playing through a loading screen. Caution, hot. Oh, there's a zombie to our right. Don't make a sound and he won't know we're here.
I never could have imagined something like this. Not even in my wildest nightmares. Tonight was supposed to be a night for celebration with the family. Instead, I found something killing family one by one. It all happened so damn fast. I've been trying to reach my supervisor at the dam, but this is probably dead. Along with the rest of them. I sincerely hope they're all dead. And that I'm not being able to perform
that he wasn't infected. Alright, so I thought he was just like the building manager, but I guess he was probably a manager for some kind of hexacore operation here. And that's why he was trying to get in touch with the dam. Alright, so there's the gun shop.
Can't remember the last time I saw this court so empty. The kids used to practice out here religiously.
Oh. A basketball court right next to a gun store, eh? Wonder where I've seen that before. Bet there's gonna be a van at the end of one of these alleys as well. At least there's no liquors in this friggin' basketball court. Timothy Flight, the ancient enemy?
Voice memo. Supervisor of Quadrant CDG-58. I've organized a meeting with all the tenants at the garage tonight. I'm sure everyone will be there, despite all the hype surrounding the Apple Blossom Festival. My group of OBE...
That's just a patty on a plate.
More obedient, more disciplined. This new drug is really something else. Just a few more tests, then I can safely say my work here is done. Of course, it'll be tough to relinquish control of the area to just anybody. I will surely miss my docile little test pokers. But that's okay. A well-deserved promotion awaits me.
Alright, so he had some of the zombies himself. OBEs. There's Castor, one of the cylinders. Damn you, Liev. If only you hadn't, killed the pilot, or attempted to kill the pilot, and caused the helicopter to crash. And I feel like we're never going to know his motivation for that now. V-jolt is the key. Well, if we have to deal with a giant plant, well, remember V-jolt. The metacortex has you. Like the Matrix, but different. Okay, so we can't go that way until we can shut off the power here. Sometimes bullets are not the solution. Okay, there's the gun shop. There's a van, but it's next to the gun shop. There was another alleyway on the other side. Oh, no alleyway, but there's the arcade. We've seen some of these before. We got Nexa, the warrior queen. Don't know if they ever made a Xena pinball arcade. Xeno. Oh, Polybius. Wouldn't be the 90s without a Polybius machine. Actually, 90s, there's probably not that many arcades like this left, even by 98. Killer Shark. I bet in this continuity, Polybius is just a hexacore experiment instead of a CIA one. Nothing like a char-grilled steak just left on the counter to be chopped up with the bread potatoes. Bread-tatoes. Hollow points. It's a freezer. Something is keeping the door blocked. Make sure that she goes down swinging. So can I unblock this? I just reloaded to my more empty magazine. Also use our snack. Should put me almost up to full. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Alright, well, this should be where we get a shotgun, right? Oh, I guess we're not gonna have to worry about the owner thinking we're one of the zombies and trying to murray us. All right.
Damn it, Joe. You were a good friend. I wish I could have.
I wish I could have prevented you from hanging yourself. I should take this with me. He would have wanted that way. Joe's last note. It's tough for me to write anything down, especially when I know it's the last thing I'll ever write. In truth, I don't have much to say, nor any family to leave this to. My life has been filled with a singular purpose, a great passion for firearms. It allowed me to build an empire, and I want to share that passion with anyone who reads this. 30 long years have passed since my partner Robert Dillon and I opened our first shop in town, then a second, third, and many more. In short, D&D Firearms has become a symbol of reliability and perfection. I found myself getting to know every hunter, fisherman, and gun enthusiast in keen sight, and it's made me very happy. If it's got a trigger, you can get one here. That's been our motto since the day we opened our first tiny shop on Hudson Street. How much I miss those days. Every gun was like a child of mine. Yes, guns. I always thought, a loaded gun will solve any problem. But nowadays I'm not too sure. Today I gave them all away to citizens who came here begging for protection from those creepy-as-hell monsters. Only later did I realize that the damn things are really just the customers I've been serving for the past 30 years. I've been shut in here for hours now, trying like hell to avoid them. Yet they still torment me. I like the idea that the people have just been coming by the gun shop to pick up some guns and then leaving. I can hear them even now, outside the shop. And inside my head, I just want them to stop screaming and leave me the fuck alone. My last prayers go to you and your family, Rob. I'll leave our sign on for one more day, a beacon of hope for those still seeking a safe place to hide. And for anyone who finds this note, I leave my shotgun to you. As usual, D&D is open for business. As for me, I'm done pulling the trigger. I won't take any more lives, not even my own. I'd much rather be fishing up at Bear River anyhow. Joe Dutch and Dillon Firearms. Well, seems like he did catch something on his line. Can I take the Magnum instead? You know, just put the cylinder back in? Not really that hard. Anyone can figure it out. Okay, is this one where I need to light up all of them this time? I assure you there's a method to this, what I'm doing here. There's no method at all. I'm just pressing these randomly and seeing what happens. Usually I don't have too much trouble with these, you know, light up all the connected ones puzzles. Okay, this will light up all the middle ones, but it doesn't help with the bottom corners. Alright. You gonna tell me that's also not the right solution? To light them all up? Or was I supposed to turn them all off? I mean, if this is the power going to outside, then I actually need to turn them all off so that the electricity will stop lighting up the water. Gun, $150. Red rum. Here's Raven. That doesn't have a trigger. And neither does that. Why did we sell these here? Fishing rods and firearms. All you need in a town like Keen Sight. There's the East 44. Alright, let's do this stupid puzzle again in reverse. That's what I should have done the first time. Well, except they weren't all lit up, so it's not as easy. Oh, that's a very goopy sound. It's gonna be one of these wrong type 7s. Good thing is you can reload the shotgun while sprinting as well. Do I really need to kill him? Let's see if I can just save some ammo and go this way. Oh, that's the girl from the shooting range test in Men in Black. Can't trust her because she's got some fucking quantum physics textbooks. What is beeping? I was wondering if there was an achievement for that. Snake Plissken escaped from here. He must have got a little lost on his way back from LA and to New York. Escape from Keen Sight doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Wow, you really grabbed me that easily, did you? Can you please not? Alright, now that that is very smoothly dealt with, it's the blind sight, blah blah blah. Issue is titled, Water is Life, Water is Death, Don't Drink It. Goes into detail about experimentations conducted on the drinking water. I'm surprised that, you know, they didn't get shut down by Hexacore after the first issue, let alone allowed to continue existing. Well, here's the Hexacore office. It's very small. The common cure for a sane life. It's like a little pharmacy? So what's this Coronoso Enterprise? Because that's not Hexacore Biogenetics. Hey, look, a Hades agent. Agent T-Ray. Like... Planet Terror T-Ray? Order form. Application for new quantity of MM88 pills. The sedative has proven successful at regulating sleep and wakefulness, anxiety and paranoia, and symptoms specific to Daymare syndrome. Well, that's what Sam has. So this reminds me of the one Umbrella office you go into in Resident Evil 3. Alright. Really not a lot of space between the front street and where they keep the fucking experiments. One of them's missing. Shotgun ammo. Got a hive terminal. I guess that's why we got the music, because this is a save room. Alright, I guess we don't have the same storage as Sam. Which makes sense from a plot standpoint, but not so much from a gameplay standpoint. I still don't think we really need the slugs. Or the epinephrine. Seems like the trades are all the same right now. We can turn in T-Ray's tag. In case help doesn't arrive in time, I'm leaving this report for the company as a record of what happened and as a warning to fellow operatives who stumbled upon Frost tonight. On company orders, we came to this pharmacy on Hudson Street to recover research data and subsequently destroy evidence of it, including the guinea pigs. But as soon as we stepped across the threshold, we found that one of the specimens had escaped from its capsule. It didn't look threatening nor aggressive. In fact, it seemed rather stunned. But as soon as I grabbed at the human experiment, it struck me in the ribs harder than I thought possible, and he escaped through a window when Frost opened fire. I sent Frost to chase after it and stayed behind to request medical aid, but given the current situation, I doubt they'll be here anytime soon. Things smashed me up real good, and it feels like I'm bleeding inside. Hurts just to breathe. I don't know how long I can hold out, but I hope Frost doesn't get tenderized too. Well, that was probably the one with the bat we saw, right? That's it. We just got an H additive. I'm still not really sure what the point of having these as save points is, if they're so infrequent. I mean, they still look fairly mutated in there. Anyhow, I think this is maybe a good point to stop for our adventures with Raven so far. We're still kind of just making our way through the city. We don't really have a goal at the moment. But I'm enjoying this area. It's a nice, very Resident Evil-y kind of thing. You know, combination of nods to Resident Evil 2 and 3. So until next time, I've been Shadefire, this is Daymare 1998, and I hope you'll join me as we make our way through totally not Raccoon City. Take care, everyone.